Hello all, welcome to DentoRise. We provide you a platform to conceptualize, visualize and memorize dentistry. Till now in our series of periodontology, we talked about periodontium, which has four main components: the gingiva, the cementum, the alveolar bone and the periodontal ligament. Out of these, we have talked about gingiva in detail in our following videos. Now from this particular video, we will be talking about periodontal ligament, that is PDL, which is also called as periodontal membrane. Periodontal ligament, also called as periodontal membrane, is a specialized fibrous connective tissue that surrounds and attaches the roots of the teeth to the alveolar bone. It basically serves as a connection between the cementum of the teeth and the alveolar bone. It is continuous with the connective tissue of the gingiva, and it communicates with the marrow spaces through vascular channels in the bone. The average width of periodontal ligament is documented to be 0.2 millimeters. The periodontal ligament is composed of a complex vascular and a highly cellular connective tissue that surrounds the tooth root and connects it to the inner wall of the alveolar bone. The structural components of periodontal ligament includes periodontal fibers, the cellular elements and the ground substance. In this particular video, we will be particularly talking about periodontal fibers in detail. These periodontal fibers can be classified into principal fibers and other fibers. Let's talk about each of these fibers in detail in the upcoming video. So, the most important elements of periodontal ligament are the principal fibers. These principal fibers are collagenous and are arranged in bundles which follow a wavy course from the cementum to the alveolar bone. It is to note that the terminal portions of these principal fibers which are inserted in the alveolar bone as well as which are inserted in the cementum are called as Sharpie's fibers. When inserted into the alveolar bone, these Sharpie's fibers calcify to a significant degree. Now, as we said, principal fibers are collagenous fibers. Particularly, the principal fibers are made up of type 1 collagen. There are 19 types of collagen species which are identified, and out of which principal fibers are mainly composed of type 1 collagen. Now to elaborate this further, collagen formation takes place in the fibroblast to form tropocollagen molecules. These tropocollagen molecules aggregate to form initially microfibril. A group of microfibrils aggregate to form fibrils. A group of fibrils then aggregate to form fibers, and in type 1 collagen, these fibers, they aggregate together to form a fiber bundle, as you can see in the figure. The collagen imparts a unique combination of flexibility and strength to the tissues. So, the principal fibers of periodontal ligament are particularly arranged in 6 groups. These groups are the transeptal fibers, the oblique fibers, alveolar crest fibers, the apical fibers, horizontal fibers and the interradicular fibers. We will discuss about each and every fibers in detail now. The details of all these fibers will be dealt under 2 headings. Number 1, the origin and insertion of fibers. Number 2, the function of fibers. Now let's discuss about each of these fibers in detail. The first set of fibers are the alveolar crest fibers. These fibers extend obliquely from the cementum towards the alveolar crest, and hence the name alveolar crest fibers. Also, these fibers extend from the cementum over the alveolar crest to get inserted into the fibrous layer of periosteum that covers the alveolar bone. The function of these fibers are: number 1, they prevent extrusion of the tooth. Number 2, they also resist lateral movements of the tooth. Please also observe the histological sections of alveolar crest fibers. You can see how they are extending obliquely from the cementum to the alveolar bone. The next set of fibers are the horizontal fibers. As the name suggests, they extend horizontally from the cementum to the alveolar bone, or we can also say that they extend at right angles to the long axis of the tooth. Their function is to prevent lateral movement of the tooth. You can observe the histological sections as well. The next set of fibers are the oblique fibers. These oblique fibers comprise the largest group in periodontal ligament. They extend from the cementum towards the alveolar bone obliquely, but in a coronal direction, that means towards the crown, as you can see in the figure. The function of these oblique fibers is to bear the brunt of vertical masticatory stresses and transform such stresses into tension on the alveolar bone. You can observe the histological sections as well. The next set of fibers are the apical fibers. As the name suggests, they are present in the apical region of the root. Hence, they are absent in the incompletely formed roots. These apical fibers radiate from cementum towards the alveolar bone, but in an irregular manner. You can observe the location of apical fibers in the figure. These apical fibers prevent tooth tipping, resist forces of luxation, and protect the blood, lymph, and nerve supply of the tooth. The next set of fibers are the transeptal fibers. These transeptal fibers originate from the cementum of one tooth. They run interproximally over the alveolar crest and then they insert themselves into the cementum of the adjacent tooth, as you can see in the figure. These transeptal fibers get reconstructed even after the destruction of alveolar bone that results from periodontal disease. Please observe the figures. Talking about interradicular fibers, as the name suggests, they are present in the furcation area. They fan out from the cementum of the tooth in the furcation areas of multi-rooted teeth. The function of these fibers is to resist tipping of tooth, forces of luxation and rotation. Please observe the figure. So that was all about the principal fibers. Talking about other fibers in detail, the other fiber groups are found either at right angles or display around between very well arranged principal fiber groups. The periodontal ligament does not contain mature elastin. However, two immature forms of elastin are found that are called as the oxytocin fibers and the elanuinfibers. Oxytocin fibers particularly, they run parallel to the root surface in a vertical direction and they bend to attach to the cementum of the tooth in the cervical third of the root. They are thought to regulate the vascular flow. Other than these fibers, there are small fibers which run in all directions and form a plexus. These are called as indifferenfiberplexus. So this was all about the principal fibers in detail. In our next video, we will be discussing about the cellular components of periodontal fibers, the ground substance, and the functions of periodontal ligament. Hope the video was helpful for you. If you like our content, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we upload any new video. Suggestions are always welcome from your side. Stay tuned, stay safe. Thank you for watching.